Alright, everyone, so gotta go ahead and load it up. Green Eyes. From what I understand about this is it might be a visual novel, but it's based on, like, Soviet children's scary stories, like Soviet spooky tales. I don't know if this is, like, a individual, how do I word this? Like, if this is going to be an individual game called Green Eyes, or if this is going to be, how do I word this? Or if this is going to be, like, a small portion of a game called Green Eyes. So let's see. Just want to fix this real quick. Is it showing the cursor for you guys or no? Okay, yeah, there it is. There's the cursor for you guys. I had to re-click on it. So what took a little bit to get this set up is, like I said, it's Soviet-era stories, according to them. It also defaulted to Russian. So I had to, like, dig through some of the menus to try and find like, the settings. Which, like, there's only 3, but whenever you're trying to translate those fucking runes, it's a little difficult. But let's go ahead and do this. Plus, I had to double check. I was like, did I just download a Russian game and just not fucking realize it? Like... But let's go ahead and jump in. One day, Mom said to a little girl, "Don't touch the green vinyl." But the girl didn't listen to her mom and listened to the green vinyl. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Creepy green eyes are on the wall. Don't you think all this is a joke? Little girl is gonna choke. Okay. So set in 1986. I kind of hope that this is like multiple stories and just Green Eyes is going to be the first, but we'll see. Dasha. Mom, let's get the Rubik snake. Dasha, I already told you we came here for the vinyl. But it's so cool. You can make almost anything you want with it, like a dog, a duck, even a giraffe. And Pashka can even make a balloon. So, Mom, can we please... Everyone in our class already has one. So this is actually kind of cool. I actually had the Rubik snake as a kid. These things are actually, like, pretty kind of cool. And by all of you, you mean just Pashka? No, not just one. Everyone has one but me. Alright, let's get this snake, but then we won't buy a vinyl. Let Dad's present to gather dust, since it's not gonna play anything until the next paycheck. I think this translation's a little off. Now I want both. Or no, I want both. Snake and the vinyl. The less you want, the more you get. Why are you so greedy? Dad makes so much money and you can't buy me a toy once a month? Dasha, Daddy is not working in the north to buy all the toys and all the stores. And besides, you and I agreed that this month we will be buying vinyl, but if you change your mind, we can also go home. I start my shift at 12. I can't spend half the day at the store. But Mom... Dasha, it's either the snake or vinyl, period. That's kind of a weird argument to be having with your kid. I took another look at the kids section. There were multicolor toys on display. They all had shiny plastic. It's so nice to open the new pack and hear... Wait. It's so nice to open a new pack and hear the way it sounds. Yeah, there's a few little spelling errors in this. I thought this was just my dyslexia fucking up, but here they way. The Vasila dolls and Kukushnik stood in a row, and each has its own character and face. Pink kitties, plushies, and stripes on their faces. Fur puppies wearing plaid ponchos, roly-poly toys with round faces and spinning tops on suction cups, and horses. Almost like a program, What, Where Were They? Or What, Where, When? I wanted them all at once, especially the snake and the spinning top, and at least one little doll, not to mention the record, of course. Why is Mom so stubborn? As if she wasn't a little girl herself, and if you try to negotiate with adults, they just ignore you and punish you. I'm not going to argue. I won't change my mom's mind anyway, and I risk not getting a present at all. Alright, let's get the vinyl. The toy section saw us through the sad eyes of the stuffed animals. But I cheered up a little as soon as we got to the vinyl section. The music section shelves were vinyls by divided genres. Fairy tales, classic pop... Wait, fairy tales? Fairy tales, classical music, pop music, just to name a few. And additional to all that, you could see all the amazing artwork and designs that each one had. Mom, can I choose? Of course you can, Dasha. Behind the counter, I could see a sales assistant's shadow buckling the colorful shelves. With her white robes almost in a theatrical way, she corrected her perm, her bright lips, which resembled a bow, and her eyebrows, which formed an arch over her blue shadowed eyelids. Good afternoon. What can I help you with? We have vinyls for everyone, even those with the most refined taste. Dasha, go ahead. What would you like to see? Sales assistant... Wow, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading this. Sales assistant's gaze was fixed on me, and I felt uncomfortable. Mom, why don't you do it? Hello, could you please show us what fairy tales you have? What? Why are you buying the Dad Fairy Tales vinyl? Sales assistant glanced at me. Lady, isn't it too late to listen to fairy tales? Just look at her. She's too big, honey. What grade are you in? I'm in 4th B? She's such a big girl. She doesn't need fairy tales. She needs something more serious. Bitch, give me what I want to buy. Here, classical music. Takchoyevsky, Ministry of Culture of the USSR, Leningrad Council, UHP, 33 RPM, long playing, 12 inches. Girl, do you go to music school? Do you listen to Peter Eich? No, who's Peter Eich? How can you not know Peter Eich? I cannot pronounce that last name. I know who Dostoevsky is, but he's the greatest Russian composer. Haven't you ever been to the Nutcracker? I saw the cartoon on TV. The cartoon, girl, it's a world-famous ballet. This woman is a bitch. Can't we get another sales associate? Mom, can't you report her to, like, the government and put her in the gulag or some shit? God damn. So, what if it's something? I like From the band, and fairy tales are not too late for me. Everybody likes fairy tales. What else have you got? Parade of Pop Soloists #1 by the Aprilevec Order of Lenin Records Plant. Studio 33 RPM 12 and why the fuck are you telling me the speeds and the size? Like, I can figure that shit out on my own. God, you are like a know-it-all bitch, aren't you? Mom, let's burn this place to the fucking ground. Like, come on. It was just delivered yesterday. Would you like to have it? Or this year's novelty, Joseph Kobzon, Forgotten Tango, All Union Melody, Record Studio. Fuck you, I don't care. A girl should learn how to have good taste. You should learn how to shut the fuck up. Sales assistant started daydreaming and sang off key. The night was luminous, white flowering clusters were busting. At least it seems to be in universe that she's a bitch. I'm not reading all that singing shit. I don't like that sales assistant. She's only getting in the way. And the covers of the fairy tales are so pretty. Puss in Boots, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Oh, and Bremen Musicians. It's just like mine. But I heard almost all of these. I was browsing through everything I could see, and I was looking for something special. Wait, I'm buying the record for the dad, right? Like, that's what I thought was going on. After all, it could be considered a gift from my dad. Oh! I'm buying this with money from my dad. Oh, okay. I thought I was buying this for her dad. After all, I can consider this a gift from my dad. I wouldn't want to make a mistake and buy something silly. But as luck would have it, there's nothing interesting. This makes more sense. I was like, why are they making such a big deal about the toys? It's like, that first conversation makes way more sense now. Okay. Oh, wait a sec. What's that black cover? A strange cover caught my attention. Its envelope was completely black. It never seen anything like it before. Nothing painted on the cover. And there was no title, so I wondered what was inside. When I looked closer, I saw that the vinyl itself was peeking out of the envelope, but it wasn't black at all, like the usual ones. On the contrary, it was very bright green color. Wow, a green vinyl. How unusual. That's what I need. I pulled my mom's sleeve and whispered in my ear, "Mom, let's ask her to give us that one, or she'll be singing like nonstop." Excuse me, could you please show us that vinyl with the black envelope? Sales assistant took out the envelope without a name and threw it on the counter. People have no taste nowadays. They listen to all kinds of nonsense, rock and some other stuff. Mom, let's see it. I've never seen vinyls this color. Tell me please, how much is it? Lady, what does it say on the back? Mom turned the envelope over and there was no writing on it. She carefully took out the record to find out the price. It is forbidden to take the goods out of the packaging. Can you read? Come on, what do you think this sign is for? Go to the cash register and pay for it. Straight ahead and to the right. That'll be 1 ruble, 25 kopecks. Dasha, let's hurry. We have to go. God, even Mom looks pissed at this point. Mom took the black envelope without saying goodbye to the assistant. We hurried to leave this section of the store. The cash register buzzed loudly and the green vinyl was finally mine. What a rude sales assistant, just a brat. I didn't even have time to ask what the vinyl was. Mom, it's okay, we don't know what's on it. It's more interesting that way. Let's be a surprise. I love surprises, especially good ones. Oh, Dasha, I have to run. It's 10:30. I'm late for work. Let's go to the tram. Wait, I thought she didn't have to start work until noon. Mom, can I carry the vinyl? Of course you can, but be careful. Vinyls are fragile. The weather outside was surprisingly warm for early October, but the yellow leaves on the trees were already shivering helplessly, knowing that winter was coming. Brr, I don't like winter. Mom, it's cold in the north where Dad is now. Mom sighed. It's cold. It's almost always cold there. Can you imagine how happy Dad will be when he comes home? Will he be back soon? Dasha, you already asked me that today. Mom, tell me again, please. Soon, soon. And he'll be listening to the new vinyl with us. Oh, there's our tram. We ran into the tram, and it closed its doors, creaking and swaying, and took us home. There were not many people in the salon. It was still working hours, so they could only see pensioners, students in the second shift, and people like my mom who worked in shifts. Mom, look how much room there is. Let's sit by the window. Okay, Dasha, but first, please validate the ticket. I'll get them wait. Mom took out her pocket 2 small packs of different colors, red and green, tore off the tickets and 3 kopecks each, and gave them to me. Here you go, and I'll sit down. All right, but I want my seat by the window. I looked around the tram and searched for the ticket validator. The nearest one was hanging opposite the entrance. Ah, there. Too bad I only had 2 tickets. I could barely punch them. I wish I had a bigger... Wait. Too bad I only had 2 tickets. I could easily punch them. I wish I had a bigger pack to test my strength. I wonder if I could punch 10 tickets at a time. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Ticket slid easily into the validator slot. When I hit the handle, I heard a familiar, pleasant sound. I had punched tickets 100 times, and each time I enjoyed the feeling of the paper resisting and being defeated when the mechanism created a hole through it. Bingo. Looked at the ticket numbers. Wow, it's a lucky ticket, and what lucky ticket it is. All 6 digits are the same. Mom, look at the lucky ticket. It's all 3s. I've never heard anything like it. Dasha, don't shout on the tram. It's indecent. If I make a wish and eat this ticket, it will definitely come true. Can't remember the name of that Netflix show, but it's like... Please leave or some shit, and the guy eats the receipt and then dies from it, and that's the vibe I'm getting from this. Or should I keep it? Nah, we eating this shit. I wish Daddy paid us a visit soon and stayed with us. I bit off the corner of the ticket, and the tart taste of paper comes into my mouth. I already brought the cherished ticket to my mouth for a second time, but suddenly my mom noticed it and looked at me with a stern look. Dasha, are you going to eat the ticket again? Again? We've done this shit multiple times again? It's terribly dirty. You know who knows who touched it? And what if the inspector comes in now? We'll be fined. No, Mom, Mom always ruins the fun. Okay, I'll eat it later before she sees me. I carefully put the tickets in my pocket and went to my room. This is really reminding me of the skit from that show. It's really reminding me of it because it's like, no, I eat paper all the time. Carefully, I put the ticket in my pocket and went to my room. Outside the window, houses and cars were running by. My mother ruffled my hair and hugged me tightly, and I leaned my forehead against the glass and hugged the black envelope I bought. I wonder what has recorded in it. Probably some great song, maybe even an American song. I've never had one of those before. Everyone in the class will be jealous, especially this Xena. We'll have to listen to the vinyl when we get home. Mom, how long is our ride? About 15 minutes or so. 15 minutes, so long. All the way my forehead rhythmically tapped some kind of melody, and under this lullaby I fell asleep. Oh dear, what a beautiful vinyl you have. Can I hold it? Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Russian spooky stories are fucking weird, and they take forever to get to the point. Xena, you can't get it dirty. Come on, Dasha, please. Can I come to your house and listen to it? No way, I haven't played it myself yet. And if you want, I'll give you my collection of New Year cards. I won't spare anything for you. Just let me at least touch it, I beg you. And I won't bully you anymore. Call me names or be mean to me. No, of course not. I'll be your best friend. You want me to carry your bag for you? Do you want me to give you my lunch in the cafeteria? And the compote? Sure, take the combo too. You're welcome. Actually, I've already promised Pashka and Lita to let them listen to it. So, I guess you're last in line. Maybe in a couple of weeks, this vinyl will be free. Thank you, dear. Thank you. I'll tell everyone how good and kind you are. Dasha, it's time. Dasha, let's go. Why did you fall asleep? We have arrived. Too bad I had such a nice dream. After all, the tram is how old ladies move around, and it goes at the same speed. Let's hurry home. We have to hurry. We quickly got off the tram and walked down the narrow streets towards our house, which was number 33. It was on Lennon Street and not far from the stop. We could already see 1 yard of several... Sorry. Oh, excuse me. You can already see 1 yard of several 9-story buildings with cozy entrances through the archway, but suddenly, out of nowhere, on our way up there was a street dog, which was something between a bison and a shoe brush. Was it bison? That was probably bison. There's that dog hanging around again. Look at the way she's staring at me. She's gonna come at me. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm telling you. Dog sniffed the air a few times with his nose, then ducked his head to the ground and growled. It showed a row of small, sharp teeth. Despite its small size, it could harm anyone with its bite. What a stupid animal. Dasha, hide behind me before it bites you. Shoving the vinyl into my mom's hands, I looked around for a suitable branch. Luckily, there was one near the local boys broke off during a game where they pretended to be soldiers. Without any sudden movements, my hand slowly reached for the cherished goal. The dog watched my every moment carefully, as if he was suspecting something. Finally, my fingers found the stick, and I grabbed it firmly. I got it. Squeezed my new wooden weapon and prepared to make a dash for it. Mom, not understanding what I was going to do, looked at me with amazed eyes. Lucky. Fetch. The stick whistled across the lawn and with a thud fell to the ground somewhere behind the bushes. Dog scrambled with his paws and rushed after the branch. Lucky, come to me. Smudgy, satisfied, Lucky brought her prey and licked my face. This beacon, as soon as it smells from which side I will appear, will rush and meet me. There's no one in the whole world cuter than this little thing. I always have a cookie in my briefcase for her, and Lucky always has time to walk me to school. Alright, Lucky. That's enough, Lucky. What a cheeky one. How long have you been waiting for me? Sorry, I don't have anything with me. I'll bring you something tasty before school. Lucky fell to her back, indicating she wanted me to scratch her belly. Dasha, leave that dog alone. Mom, can Lucky live with us? Look how smart she is. Look at you coming up with silly ideas. She may as well have fleas and maybe be contagious. Why do we need an animal at home? Who could have ringworm, especially at the beginning of the school year? When they shave your head... When they shave your head, you'll know why you shouldn't touch stray dogs with your bare hands. She doesn't have fleas, and I've known her for a long time. My mother looked at Lucky lying on her back, and she wrinkled her nose and, without saying anything, went through the archway into the yard. I had to go home too. Wait, Lucky. I'll be back soon. Wait, Lucky, I'll be back soon. That was weird. Lucky walked with us to the yard and obediently stayed down to wait for my return with the promised cookies. The yard at the beginning of the school year wasn't as noisy as it was during the summer, but still had kids of all ages running around. The unsteady melody of Rusty Swing was complemented by the bicycle bells, kids counting, and pigeons cooing. I suddenly felt the need to run up and down the iron side and a couple of times, and I even took a few steps towards the playground, but I remembered that we were on a hurry to get home because my mom had to go to work. That's okay, I'll write it later. Granny sat on the bench near our house and looked, as always, at everyone who passed by. When I was small, I played ball at the white wall of the entrance. Always listened with pleasure to the everything that people say. Who got married, who had a baby, who bought what, and was going on in the whole world. Grandmothers knew, it seems, everything, and even before everyone else knew. Good morning. Tanya, my dear, hello. Hello. Tanya, tell your mother that I found out the details of what happened to the red refrigerator. I'll tell her today. Let her come out with a chair after 3 in case there aren't enough seats on the bench. Okay, I'll tell her. Don't get dirty. They're painting inside the building. Yeah, the housing department has managed to paint the walls. The painters are already at work. They're probably messing up the floor. And who's gonna clean it up? Well, have to do it again. Who else? Dasha, your Pashka came by in a hurry. He asked me to remind you that you're supposed to collect the herbarium? Oh right, the herbarium. I completely forgot. It's science today. He also asked about the oak. Okay, whoops. He's a good boy, but he's too quick. He ran again across the street when the light was red. What an idiot. I'll tell his mom everything. And why does he need that oak tree? There's plenty of leaves lying around. He can take as many as he wants. Well, we're off. Have a nice day. In the entrance, we were met by blue-colored walls with peeling plaster and soot from matches. Along the stairs, unknown artists had left their messages to posterity with a nail or pen. Some immortalized their favorite soccer team, and others frankly expressed their attitude towards their neighbor. Against my will, I read Lyuba and Petya. Spartak is the champion. Vasya is an ass. Soon everything would be painted over. Dasha, run and check the mail. See if anything came. But hurry up. I've already called the elevator. Mom, let me use the stairs. Why? The elevator's faster. Oh, Pashka. Told you all kinds of spooky stories again, right? It's not spooky stories. It's all true. So what is it this time? A red hand, a black sheet, green tomatoes. That's the kind of scary stuff they told me as a kid. Did they tell you about the black man at camp? Oh, that's new. I don't remember that. It's funny to you, but Pashka's acquaintance disappeared like that. How he disappeared. He went into the elevator, and no one ever saw him again. All because of that shadow stranger. Which is weird, because, okay, I guess this kind of adds up, because I've played a few, like, Russian games or Russian-inspired games that had to deal with haunted elevators. So, I don't know what the fuck their deal is, but I guess they don't fucking like elevators. If you take the elevator first to the 8th floor, then go straight down to the 3rd floor, and then go to the 9th floor, a shadow stranger will enter the elevator. And then what happens? Well, you can't talk to him under any circumstances. He'll press the button for the 6th floor, and then the elevator goes down. He'll get out. What's the big deal if he gets in and then gets out? It's that among the buttons, there's a button with no digits at all, and if you press it, the elevator will take you to hell, and you'll never come home again. Ha 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 ha. What a great imagination Pashka has. What if you talk to this man when he gets in the elevator? He'll strangle you right away. What if you don't press the buttons without a number? Mom, I'm serious. Dasha, first of all, if you know that all this will end badly, why follow these complicated instructions if it is easy to make a mistake? Secondly, we live on the 7th floor. We don't even need to go up to the 8th floor, let alone down to the 3rd. Let's take the elevator. No, Mom, I'll take the stairs. I'll race you. Whoever gets there faster wins. Ha 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 ha. Alright, let's do it. Between the 1st and 2nd floors, the window there... Between the 1st and 2nd floors, under the window, there were 2 rows of mailboxes of the residents of our building. Quite often, you could see different letters and newspapers coming out of them. But the most interesting thing was, of course, subscription magazines. It was easy to recognize our mailbox, number 26, even though the number was almost gone. Someone had once scratched a funny duck on the door. To be honest, it didn't look much like a duck. That's probably why the artist signed below, just in case. It's a duck. Oh, there it is right there. And it's a duck. I wonder who did it anyway. Did it and why. As Daddy would say, I wish I could catch that person and slap them in the wrist. But screw them, especially since I myself once wrote my name at the entrance wall. Despite the fact that the inscription Dasha was small and hardly noticeable, I felt a slight excitement and pride every time I looked at it, because, so far, no one has guessed that I did it. It was my little secret. I guess I could have been a real spy, like Sterlitz. I opened the door. Oh, something had arrived. Inside the mailbox, there were 3 magazines. Let's check them out. Roman Gazeta is my dad's subscription. Boring adult stories. Almost no pictures. Kastroy prints funny stories about school children, but I've never read it. They're all only the most... Wait. but I've never read them all, only the most interesting ones. But Visceral Kartetsky is another matter. It was my favorite magazine. The pictures there were really funny. Always so bright and colorful. I'll never stop my subscription, not even when I become an adult. No letter from Dad again. Is he so busy there that he can't write us even the smallest letter? Dasha, I'm on my way. Then I head to the elevator doors closing and remembering our competition with my mother. I rushed up the stairs. Flew up the left step and landed on the 7th floor just as my mom was getting out of the elevator. Me first, me first. You always are. You're fast. So, did anything arrive? Yes, the magazines did. Dad and mine. No letters. I see. No Rabatista again? Mom's magazine, Rabatista, was a little better than Roman Gazetta, but still boring. I only like the recipes and the girls in fancy dresses, and the fact that my mom lets me cut out the pictures as long as it doesn't ruin the pattern. No, Mom, I didn't. Maybe someone stole it. Grandma Maya probably took it to read. She'll put it back in the mailbox later. Alright, Dasha, give me the magazine before they get wrinkled. How the fuck is the old lady stealing your magazines? Are they not locked? Petrovich, god damn it. Something batted on the floor above it, and the familiar smell of paint hit my nose. Mom wrinkled her nose and looked up. Yes, the renovations had begun so quickly, and as always, at the wrong time. Why at the wrong time? Because they had to paint in the summer, while everyone was away at the countryside. Mom took the keys out of her purse, opened the door, and we entered the apartment. Tanya, Dasha, how did it go? What did you see? Oh, did this grandmother take the magazine? Okay. Graham, there were so many toys and dolls and different games. It was good, Mom, but I'm late for work. We stayed more than expected. Grandma Freya told me to tell you to be down there by 3 p.m. Something about some refrigerator. Oh, she'll tell her nonsense again, the old gossip. Maybe, Tanya, you'll have time to eat some soup. I made some delicious borscht. No, Mom. I'll eat at work. Our kindergarten has good food. I'll have some, Graham. What a good girl. If you eat everything, you'll grow up faster. Did you get anything from the store? Here, Graham. Look at this, a green vinyl, but we don't know what's inside. How come you don't know? Oh, it must be very expensive. Wow, what a beautiful color. They didn't make vinyls like this in our time. Mom, leave it in the hall for now, and we'll listen to it together tonight. I want to listen to it now before school. Dasha, let's do it tonight. We'll have a little party in honor of an unusual purchase. Wait, what time does she fucking go to school then? Like, the mom needs to be at work at noon. They left the place at like 10:30 in the morning. So what time did the fucking school start in Russia? Alright, but then we need to buy lemonade for the party. Sure, on my way back, I can go to the store and buy Buratino. Maybe you can get some Pepsi instead. Buratino is already boring. Okay, Dasha, I'll see if they have some. Oh, Tanya, don't get Pepsi. Some say it's bad for your stomach. Mom, you're at it again, aren't you? Believing everything you hear? It's not that. I know what I'm talking about. Granny, don't worry. We've had it hundreds of times and nothing's happened. Here, take the vinyl. I wish the evening would come sooner. I can't wait to find out What's on the vinyl? Yeah, all she wants is a Pepsi. Oh, is this gonna end with me getting locked up in a fucking mental asylum? All because mom thinks I'm on drugs and grandma won't get me a fucking Pepsi? Dasha, I almost forgot. Here's a present from Zenoka. Oh, is it the snake? Is it the fucking little what was it called again? The Rubik's snake? You can give it to her at school. It's a birthday today, isn't it? Mom, you got it all wrong again. Yes, it's Zena's birthday today, but she'll celebrate it this Saturday in 2 days. Looked at the present in my grandma's hands. It was a brand new bright red box with the word Rubik's Snake on it. Oh, Zena, that bitch. She's getting our toy. Grandma, is that a snake for Zena? Is that her birthday present? Mom, you bought Zena a snake? What about me? Mom, you bought... Oh, there's a rewind function? How the fuck did I rewind? I asked for one at the store today, and you said I couldn't have one. Now even Zena will have a snake, and she'll tease me again that I don't have a father, and that I'm a beggar. What the fuck, kid? Yeah, Mom, why the fuck didn't I get the snake? I was blind by anger, and my hands out of the blue snatched the box from my grandmother's hands. The package suddenly opened. The neatly folded puzzle slipped out and flew down. Russian hieroglyphics. Ouch. I mean, like I said, I had one of these things. Like, they literally just pop right back in. They don't... It's not that bad. Ouch. What's the meaning of all this? Dasha, aren't you ashamed to behave like this? Mom, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. It's not really broken. It's just parts that flew off. They're easy to put back on. Yeah, see, Dasha knows what's fucking up with this. Zena has everything, and I didn't. Her dad always gets her everything, and she's so mean. She calls me names. I can't stand her. Why do I have to give her a present? Yeah, Dasha kind of makes a good point. Like, Zena's kind of a bitch. Why are we celebrating her birthday? Dasha, you know that yours and Zena's moms are colleagues and have been friends since childhood. You should be friends too. Zena gives you presents on your birthday. Why wouldn't you do the same? Mom, you need to get new friends. Let her have it. She always gives me crap and keeps all the good stuff. And anyway, I don't need them. I throw them in the trash. All right, young lady, that's enough. My patience is wearing thin. Starting today, you're grounded. You will not watch cartoons until you learn to behave. And when your father gets here, I'll tell him everything. What are we going to give Zena now? We'll give Zena the vinyl we bought today. I'll throw the snake away. It's no longer suitable as a present. It was a waste of money. No, I'll take the snake, goddammit. Oh, Tanya. Mom, no. You broke Zena's present, and now you'll give her yours. It's only fair. Don't you dare touch the green vinyl. Do you understand? But, Mom, I've said it all. Mom picked up the toy and left the apartment, slamming shut the door. So this is going to be like a cursed vinyl, right? And what the fuck are these numbers down at the bottom? Like, I noticed it was 15 earlier, now it's 19. Like, are these chapters or some shit? Moment later, there was a sound, like something was falling. Okay, there's an extra T there. Like something was falling through the garbage chute. It was Zena's snake. Tears of frustration started to come out, and I was unable to restrain myself, so I ran to my room. It was my fault. It wasn't my fault. It was an accident. The box opened by itself. And if my mom had bought me the same snake today, then none of this would have happened at all. And now they've taken the vinyl away. Okay, no, all of that was your fault, kid, technically. Also, why is there like a dead fin up there? My green vinyl. Grandma came quickly into the room and hugged me. Don't cry, my dear. You know your mother loves you, and with Xena you should be friends. She's not a bad girl, and studies for A's. But, all right, stop crying. It's time to get ready for school, or you'll be late. Oh, I still haven't given you some borscht. It's probably cold by now. That borscht was supposed to be served cold. I don't want to eat. I lost my appetite. Well, you should. The soup is very tasty. Graham, when you were a kid, did you hate someone? Of course I did. I remember Valerie was my classmate. Terrible bully. He wouldn't let... Wait, Valerie? Terrible classmate. He wouldn't let me go, tease me, pull my braids. Couldn't stand him. And you became friends with him later? That became your grandpa. No way. We were like cats and dogs until the 10th grade. Did you ever fight him back? Him? I couldn't fight back. He was a big guy, a head taller than me. I had a hard time with him until I got into college. After that, I never saw him again. Found out later that Valerie was in love with me, but he didn't know how to say it, so he played around. Okay, does college mean something different in Russia? Because if this motherfucker didn't know how to say something when he was in like high school and he was still doing that elementary school bullshit, then no, you chose the right person, whoever you ended up with, Graham. You dodged like a sociopath or a psychopath or some form of path. Graham's strange story calmed me down a little, but I still didn't want to be friends with Xena. Quite the opposite. I wanted to get back at her somehow, but how? Suddenly, an idea popped into my head. That's right. Let her have the vinyl, but I'll listen to it first. I got the vinyl. It's only fair. But how can I do it after Mom grounded me? Convince Grandma. Grandma was often on my side. Maybe I could persuade her to let me listen to the vinyl. Grandma, I love you so much. You have no idea how much. Oh, Dasha, I love you too, my dear. No, Grandma, you don't love me at all. What the fuck, Dasha? Why is that? Because you gave my vinyl to Xena, and I didn't get to listen to it. Dasha, it's your own fault for behaving badly. You have to obey your mom. But imagine if your mom gave that harmful Valley something very, very valuable to you, like your sewing machine. Would you like it? I think I wouldn't like it. I'd probably be sulky. There you go, Grandma. If you really love me, you'll let me listen to the Green Vital just once. And I'll do the dishes for a week without you telling me to do it. I'll vacuum the carpet in my room. I mean it. Grandma smiled. You're so cheeky, Dasha. I'll get an earful if your mom finds out. She won't find out, Grandma. I'll be very careful, and I'll put it back where it belongs to. All right, sweetie. Listen to it once, but then put it back immediately. I left it in the hall on the shelf. I'm going to warm up the soup. Again, I thought borscht was served cold. The vinyl must be around here somewhere. I looked around. Oh, the shelf near the books. I noticed a familiar black envelope. There you are. As I approached the cabinet, I smelled for a second a strange sweet odor that was clearly coming from the vinyl. I encountered that smell once before last summer, when Pashka, Lena, and I had climbed up to the abandoned house. It smelled like that under the stairs of the first floor. Pashka joked that the cat had died there. Weird joke, Grandma. Or who the fuck is Pashka again? Is that Grandma? They kind of interchange words. It was dark and Lena and I were afraid to look under the check. If it was true, Pashka called me a coward. What a friend. Oh no, Pashka's her friend. Okay, never mind. What am I thinking? I imagined all kinds of things. I'm not a coward. It's probably just the smell of old things, that's all. I've got to hurry up. I've got to go to school soon. I took the vinyl and slipped it back into my room. On the windowsill between the two speakers was my favorite vinyl player, a Vega 108 stereo. My dad had given it to me for my last birthday. Now my mom buys a new vinyl almost every month. I like fairy tales. I always have a whole box of them. If I could avoid going to school and doing silly lessons, I would listen to them all day long. Okay, it is served hot or cold? Okay. That clears that up then. My favorite is the Bremen Town Musicians. I've had it since I was a kid, as long as I can remember. I've listened to it probably 100 or 200 times. Because of that, it's all scratched up and always stuttering on the guard song. It's even funny when the vinyl player starts making oh 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 sounds instead of oh too bad, the sunrise we meet with our eyes. But then some reason my mom doesn't like it and asks me to turn it off. I carefully took the new vinyl out of the Black Knight envelope and put it on the player. So beautiful after all. Too bad I'm only going to listen to it once, but once is better than never. There's a black paper label in the center of the vinyl. That's strange. Such circles usually have the name of a story or an album with the list of songs written on it, and also a playback speed, 33, 45, rarely 78 RPM, but there's nothing here, just a black circle. Maybe it's some kind of defect. Maybe they forgot to print it. The player was set to 33 RPM, so I'll try that first. If anything, I'll switch to the other one. I wonder if listening to the vinyl at the wrong speed ruins them. One time I played Thumbelina faster than I was supposed to. It was so funny. All the characters were gibbering like gnomes. I pressed the on button and turned on the player. The red light came on, and excitement ran through my whole body. Now I would finally hear everything. I turned down the volume just in case. The start key spun on the vinyl around the carefully placed the needle on the very edge. There was a nice soft crackling sound in the speakers that was impossible to confuse. I froze in anticipation of the magic to come, unable to take my eyes off the mysterious purchase. Suddenly came cheerful music from the speakers. Oh, something familiar. I think I've heard this tune somewhere before. It's the Dog Waltz. When our teacher played it for us in school, we all would start barking in a funny way. I remember she told us that it's still unknown who composed the melody and that it was mistakenly attributed to another musician. I didn't remember which one. I tapped out a funny tune with my foot. I remember Lucy. I wish I could let her listen to the vinyl now. I can imagine how she would dance, standing on her hind legs. I thought the Dog Waltz was not what I expected to hear on the green vinyl. Still cheered me up, and now I was wondering what tune would be next. But the next tune never came. The waltz kept playing and playing endlessly, repeating the same tune. It is only the Dog Waltz. No way. I listened for a few more minutes, but the music remained the same. All the fun gradually faded away, replaced by disappointment. That's it? What a load of crap. If I had known it would be like this, I wouldn't have quarreled with my mother over a stupid vinyl. Let Xena have this stupid waltz. I'm sure she'd dance like a little dog, just like Lucy. And I'd say to her when I see her, Xena, fetch. Xena, come here. Xena, play dead. What's that? Vinyl suddenly began to play some strange sound, only remotely resembling the old melody. Goosebumps ran down my back, and my body felt numb. I couldn't scream or run away. The nasty sound cut my ears like a knife, and I closed my eyes shut because of the pain. Through the scraping and noise, I suddenly heard a terrible voice. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Creepy green eyes are on the wall. Don't you think all this is joke? Little girl is gonna choke. Who's that? Maybe Mommy's back, but why so early? I have to put the vinyl back before I get caught. I can't imagine how mad she would be if she saw me with it. Grandma's gonna be in trouble too. Suddenly the music stopped. The vinyl player was turned off, and even the needle was put back in place. That's odd. Maybe it turned off, or maybe I'd turn it off myself. I just hadn't noticed it. Okay, gotta hurry up. More Russian hieroglyphics. I walked back into the hallway and stared right at the door. I wonder if that's supposed to be like profanity or something. No, that doesn't sound like Mom. Mom has keys. Maybe she forgot them. Dasha, look who's here. It's definitely not Mom. She would never ring the doorbell so many times. Maybe one of the neighbors? Fear crept up, and the chilling feeling stared somewhere inside. I started to hear the strange words from the new vinyl. Little girl is gonna choke. We have to see who's standing outside the door. I slowly, almost without making a sound, approached the door's peephole. I knew I'd give myself away when the light of the apartment flashed on the back of the peephole, but curiosity mixed with fear had already gotten the better of me. There was a tall black silhouette with green lights for eyes, almost staring at the door. God, I hope this just doesn't end. Fuck you! Alright, everyone, that was Green Eyes. God fucking damn it. Okay. To me, this is something that needs to stop with, like, these demos. Like, you literally stop the moment kind of the interesting spooky shit actually starts happening. I understand that you have to plan shit, but maybe let's not spend 30 fucking minutes at the record store and talking about a lot of extra bullshit. Maybe cut down your intro just a little bit. Fuck. Okay, everyone, I think we're gonna do one more for tonight. Let me go ahead and get that loaded up, and I will be right back.